Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into some of the most unbelievable survival stories that will leave you speechless. We're talking about those moments when the odds are stacked against you, when nature shows its teeth, when it feels like the whole world is trying to chew you up and spit you out. But these stories, these are different. These incredible tales of human endurance and resilience prove that sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. Picture this. You're soaring over the mighty Andes Mountains, the majestic peaks scraping the sky. Suddenly, the unthinkable happens. The plane shudders, metal screams, and you're thrown into a fight for survival. This is the story of the Uruguayan rugby team. They're playing a mangled wreck on a desolate, icy mountainside. Stranded at over 11,000 feet, the biting wind cut through their thin clothes like a knife. Food was scarce, just a few rations to share between them. They melted snow for water, the meager warmth doing little to stave off the cold that seeped into their bones. Days turned into weeks, hope dwindling with each passing hour. They were surrounded by the silent, unforgiving wilderness, their bodies pushed to the very edge. Imagine the gnawing hunger, the desperate thirst, the relentless cold. But amidst the despair, a spark of determination ignited. They knew they had to do the unthinkable to survive. They made the harrowing decision to feed off the bodies of their fallen comrades, a grim testament to their will to live. The ocean, vast and unforgiving, can be a cruel mistress. It stretches out endlessly, a boundless expanse of water that can both mesmerize and terrify. For those who dare to venture into its depths, it offers no guarantees, only the promise of the unknown. One minute you're sailing under a clear sky, the next you're fighting for your life. The weather can change in an instant, turning a peaceful journey into a desperate struggle for survival. The sea is unpredictable, and it takes only a moment for everything to go wrong. This is the story of Stephen Callahan, a sailor who stared death in the face and refused to blink. His journey is one of courage, resilience, and an unyielding will to survive against all odds. A sudden storm, a rogue wave, and his small sailboat was swallowed by the sea. In an instant, everything he had was gone, leaving him alone in the vast, unforgiving ocean. He managed to escape onto an inflatable raft, but his troubles were far from over. The raft was small and fragile, offering little protection against the elements. He was alone, adrift in the vast Atlantic Ocean, with nothing but a few basic supplies and his wits to keep him alive. The isolation was profound, the silence broken only by the sound of the waves and the occasional cry of a seabird. Imagine the scorching sun beating down, baking your skin, the salt water stinging your eyes. The heat was relentless, sapping his strength and making every moment a struggle. Hunger gnawing at your stomach, thirst a constant torment. Every drop of water was precious, every morsel of food a lifeline. The physical pain was intense, but the mental anguish was even greater. Stephen faced it all, his spirit unbroken. He drew on reserves of strength he didn't know he had, determined to survive no matter what. He caught fish with makeshift spears, using whatever he could find to sustain himself. Each catch was a victory, a small triumph in his battle for survival. He collected rainwater in a tiny sponge, carefully conserving every drop. Water was life, and he knew he couldn't afford to waste a single drop, and fought off the crippling despair that threatened to consume him. The loneliness was overwhelming, the fear ever present, but he refused to give in. He battled storms that threatened to rip his flimsy raft apart, holding on with everything he had. The waves were merciless, but he was determined to survive. He stared down sharks drawn to his little vessel, their presence a constant reminder of the danger he was in. But he refused to be intimidated, facing them with a steely resolve, and clung to life with every fiber of his being. Every day was a battle, every moment a test of his will to survive. For 76 days he drifted, a tiny speck of humanity against the immensity of the ocean, his story a testament to the indomitable spirit of man. His ordeal was a reminder of the strength of the human spirit, the power of hope, and the will to survive against all odds. His story a testament to the indomitable spirit of man. Stephen Callahan's journey is a powerful reminder that even in the face of overwhelming odds, the human spirit can endure and triumph. The wilderness is a place of raw beauty, but it can turn deadly in an instant. It is a realm where the rules of civilization do not apply, and survival depends on one's wits, strength, and sheer willpower. This is the story of Lee Hout, a seasoned hiker who came face to face with the raw power of nature and lived to tell the tale. Lee had always been drawn to the wild, seeking solace and adventure in its untamed beauty. He was exploring the rugged backcountry of Wyoming, a place known for its breathtaking landscapes and unpredictable wildlife, when he stumbled upon a mother grizzly bear and her cubs. The encounter was as unexpected as it was dangerous. The protective mother, sensing a threat to her young, attacked with terrifying ferocity. In an instant, the serene beauty of the wilderness turned into a scene of chaos and violence. Lee fought back with everything he had, using his hiking poles and whatever he could find to defend himself. But the bear was relentless, her powerful claws and teeth leaving him with horrific injuries. Imagine the searing pain, the blood loss, the sheer terror as a creature 10 times your size mauls you. Every second felt like an eternity, and the pain was beyond anything Lee had ever experienced. But Lee refused to give up. His determination and will to survive were stronger than the pain and fear. He knew that giving up was not an option. In a desperate gamble, he played dead, hoping that the bear would lose interest. It was a risky move, but one that likely saved his life. The bear, after a few tense moments, finally left him alone. Even after the bear left him for dead, his ordeal was far from over. Alone and gravely injured, Lee faced the daunting task of finding his way back to safety. He dragged his broken body for miles, his mind clouded by pain and exhaustion. Every movement was a struggle, but he knew that stopping meant certain death. Using his survival skills, Lee tended to his wounds as best as he could. He fashioned makeshift bandages from his clothing and used the limited supplies he had to stave off infection. His spirit refused to break, even in the face of overwhelming odds. After 3 long days and nights, he was finally found by a rescue team. His survival was a testament to the incredible resilience of the human body and spirit. Lee Hout's story is a powerful reminder of the strength and determination that lies within us all, even in the face of nature's most brutal challenges. The earth, our seemingly solid foundation, can turn treacherous in the blink of an eye. This is the story of those who survived the devastating earthquake in Nepal, a testament to the strength of the human spirit. The ground shook, buildings crumbled, and thousands were trapped beneath the rubble. Darkness surrounded them, the air thick with dust and the cries of the injured. Hope seemed like a distant flicker in the face of such overwhelming devastation. Imagine the crushing weight, the suffocating darkness, the fear that claws at your sanity. But even in the face of such unimaginable terror, the will to survive burned bright. They shared what little food and water they had, comforted each other, and clung to the hope of rescue. Days turned into nights, the air growing stale, the silence punctuated by the agonizing drip of water. Yet they refused to give up. They tapped on the rubble, sending signals to the outside world, their spirits unbroken, their story a beacon of hope amidst the devastation. The mountains, majestic and unforgiving, demand respect. Their towering peaks, cloaked in a blanket of pristine white snow, stand as silent sentinels watching over the world below. These natural giants are both beautiful and deadly, a stark reminder of nature's raw power and unpredictability. This is the story of Anna Allen, a skier who challenged the peak and was given a brutal lesson in the power of nature. Anna was an experienced skier, known for her fearless spirit and love for the mountains. She had conquered many slopes, but this time the mountain had other plans. She was skiing in the backcountry, the snow glistening under a clear blue sky when the mountain roared. The serene beauty of the landscape was suddenly shattered by a deafening sound, a sound that every backcountry skier dreads. The ground beneath her feet began to tremble, and she knew she was in grave danger. An avalanche, a thundering wave of white, swept her away, burying her under tons of snow. The force of the avalanche was unimaginable, a relentless torrent of snow and ice that showed no mercy. In an instant, Anna was engulfed, her world turned upside down. Imagine the feeling of being engulfed, the icy breath of the snow filling your lungs, the crushing weight pressing down on you. Every breath is a struggle, every movement is a battle against the suffocating snow. The cold seeps into your bones and the darkness is absolute. Anna was buried alive, the world plunged into darkness and silence. The once vibrant landscape was now a cold, silent tomb. But even in the face of such overwhelming odds, Anna's spirit remained unbroken, but she refused to give in to despair. Her mind raced with thoughts of survival, her determination fueled by the will to live. She knew that giving up was not an option. She fought her way to the surface, gasping for air, her body battered and bruised. Each movement was a testament to her strength and resilience. The cold air burned her lungs, but it was a welcome sensation, a sign that she was still alive. She was alone, the landscape transformed, her survival instincts kicking in. The once familiar terrain was now an alien world reshaped by the avalanche, but Anna was a fighter, and she was determined to survive. She built a snow cave for shelter, her breath frosting the air, her body shivering uncontrollably. The cave was a small refuge, a place where she could gather her strength and plan her next move. It was a fragile sanctuary, but it was enough to keep her alive. For 3 long days and nights she battled the elements, her determination fueled by the thought of seeing her loved ones again. Each passing hour was a test of her endurance, a struggle against the relentless cold and isolation. But Anna's spirit never wavered. Finally, she was found, a testament to the strength of the human will, a survivor who stared death in the face and emerged victorious. Her story is a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the unyielding will to survive, even in the most dire of circumstances. These stories remind us of the incredible strength of the human spirit. They show us that even in the darkest of times, when all hope seems lost, there is a flicker of resilience within us that refuses to be extinguished. It's a reminder that we are capable of so much more than we think we are, that the human will can overcome even the most daunting obstacles. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. Share these stories of survival, let them inspire you, let them remind you of the power that lies within each and every one of us. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next video.